Welcome to the road where rubber meets the soul. For the love of God, Uganda. This is the story, right? All the new design we bright. Toyota, Nissan, Benz, or Mazda, we make it down, no propaganda. Every mama's got a tale. Village try to see the scale. We talk the truth, but that's the brand for car lovers across the land. For the love of cars, Uganda, we roll. From dusty road to rims of patrol. Previous teams, we break it down. Helping every drummer in the town. For the love, for the love, for the love of cars, Uganda. Pre-purchase checks, we lead the way. Track your car, no games to play. Restore the past, drive into tomorrow. We bring the love, not just the horsepower. Is it a no or a TX ride? We'll show you what's real, not just a hype. Spalling views and engine walls. We teach you more than just photos. Tools from the basics up. Trucking gear and car get stuff. If a new OS is on bed, all out of cars, you ain't seen nothing yet. Just machines, it's the love, the life, the dream. For the love of cars, Uganda, we roll. From dusty road to rims we patrol. Previous teams, we break it down. Helping every drummer in the town. For the love, for the love, for the love of cars, Uganda. Hi guys. How are you, my people? Muri mutya. Nze gwolaba wano nva mu town sijjukira wendese one of my devices kyovula abantu ndanga neeraliikiridde. I don't know where I've left one of my devices and I can't figure it. I can't go back to town. It's really far. But I'm from town. I hope your Sunday is okay. Mine is not bad apart from that bit. I know I'll find it, but it's still on, so that's a good sign. Uganda womanyira nti ekintu kyoba kibbye nga kivuddeko bwe kiba tekinnavaako omanya kiba kikyaliyo. So I missed you guys yesterday. We were shooting reviews yesterday. We had a chance to shoot 2 reviews that we would not have been able to shoot had I said let me go do the broadcast. Atengera butalize from yesterday. It would have been hard for me to get them again. Yeah, but that's a good thing, yeah. So yesterday, there are people that called me and I cancelled, and I refused to take your inspections on Saturday. Some of you guys are going to force me to start taking two inspections. Dude booked, and then he calls me at 9 p.m. on Friday that, you know what, Arthur, I think simanya ngamba agenda ho imasimanya kola bichi. Nenga musajja gwe. Ku Saturday nagoba inspection. Yeza. Satu. Of course, omu yali ajja kuntawanya. But let's say two main inspections that I did push away. And then this dude ends up cancelling. But it was also okay because then I got to do the reviews I didn't do. But guys, don't schedule an inspection if you are not yet ready, yeah? The days you're setting are really busy. That's why I normally ask you what day is actually good for you. Joshua, Kawari, Emmanuel, Starch Events, Lawrence Biamukama, hi. Noah Norman, Katamba Isaac Katende, Nicholas Sebulime. God plays a big part in your car selection and protecting you and the car on the road. Chitufu. Uganda liko emiswaso angule minje ejivuga. Oloya Brian, hi. Content con, hi. I want water. Okay. Shobyo Alex, Amari Mukamori namwe, how are you? So I did I'm going to have a short broadcast. Why? I've just arrived home. I want to wash the car. I want to do some gymming. Then I have to think about where I've left my device. 3 things to do. And then it's the device I use for some of the things that I don't use the computer for. And I don't have the computer with me. So if I don't have the computer and I don't have the device, then and it's a Sunday. I did not sleep very well. I woke up at 6 again today. I woke up at yesterday I woke up at 7, I think. Weekends are supposed to be the days we sleep up to 9, up to 10. I have a friend of mine on weekends, he sleeps up to midday. Because for me, Monday to Friday, I have to wake up at 4 a.m. Yeah, so I actually thought of going by the gym. Waliwo gym gye nalabe ennungi awo. Ne gym ebeerako oguzindaalo. Baguteekaawo ku mulyango gwa gym, sijja kuwa mutwalo gwange tandikire kunkubira nnyimba z'abaana abato nga nsitula ebyuma. So I refused kati ngenda kukolera waka. But of course, that's after I've washed the car. So I did a review of the CHR guys. Buy the CHR. Ababadde bagula Harrier, Simanya RAV4, Vanguard. Leave those cars alone. The CHR is the thing, and it's hybrid, and it has a 2ZR engine. It will give you very good mileage. Ejakuwa at least carry 15 kilometers per liter, and you know when you sit in the CHR, you almost forget all your problems. I am telling you, I sat in the CHR, and for a moment I thought we had a new government. I am telling you, for a moment I thought we had a new government, but when I got out of the CHR, then I realized that government CHR iko Museveni yakyafuga. Ali banyatula munda noloza nti oba munyagwa yakutemu ku ntebe. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys are doing well. When should we start? Thursday. So Thursday, I'm going to try to make sure the phone doesn't overheat. So I have AC on, even I have one of the windows open. So Thursday, there's this gentleman, yali yambukinga dangana mweda vida. Banangi. So he had booked me a long time ago, like I think over 2 months. And he booked a specific date. Era sengando za mukamati yanko atakokolo runako nalingira teka ko inspection. And yeah, so he calls me Wednesday. He texted me actually on Wednesday night. And he says, I hope our program tomorrow is still on. And yes, it was still on. So we went, he was looking to buy a fielder. Now, the other device also has my notes. So I think I'll talk about that Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm going to talk about the different trims of the fielder so that you guys understand why. If you look at the inspection report, of the two fielders, both the reports, you'll actually realize, I tell you, we saw this number of cars, and this one we didn't pass because it was not Aero Tuara. So one of the days next week, I'm going to come and actually tell you the difference between the Aero Tuara and all the other trims of the Toyota Fielder. And I look unhappy. I am tired. I don't think I look unhappy, but I am tired. On Friday, the gentleman I inspected the car for, the Fielder, is here also. He's on the broadcast. I've seen him. We came from the broadcast. We came from the inspection. I had a chimeza chimoroka in the night. I got home Friday. I normally get home at around midnight. And then Saturday, I normally get a chance to sleep, but then I could not sleep. Still, I had a program yesterday morning. So still I woke up at 7. And then today I had to wake up at 6. And these are the 2 days that I get to sleep. So I don't think I'm unhappy. I think I'm tired. I want to sleep. But also I can't sleep in a siziza muscles zange. You know, when you get tired, the muscles start to go. I need my muscles back. So I am tired today. I drove when to say bambazokora yembade nyino kora kumacha nentoka ku office nensoka never come for like I don't know how many minutes. But I did take a nap. And then I felt a little bit fresh. Then I sat down and I did what I had to do. Yeah. So yes, I am tired. As I hope you have a card there and note in the upcoming appointments that we are booked ahead of time. I know all of those ones. Like I'm not booked the other week. I'm booked part of the days this week. Peter, did you book me? Did you? I don't think you booked me. No, you did not. But normally when someone books me, I save in my contacts. I will say, for example, if Peter Bakaye books me for an inspection, I'll save your number. I'll say Peter Bakaye, and I'll put underscore booked inspection underscore. I'll put the date you have booked, underscore for the love of cars. That's how I save my contacts. And then after I've done an inspection for you, I'll still have Peter Bakaye underscore boat, type of car, number plate if applicable, the bond where we bought it if it's applicable. You get and of course, did I say name underscore boat, type of car, number plate if applicable, bond if applicable, date, and then underscore for the love of cars. So that's why nobody can call me here and deco. Even if it's a consult, when you call me, I'll save your name underscore consult date for the love of cars. So bwemba nalinjo gedeko nawe, I'll save your number. Nadalanga wampako kasente. There are people that consult me without paying consultation, and I definitely give you the answer sometimes. Then I don't save your number. But I save every person that I've worked for. I have their numbers. From 2022, there's someone that called me, hey, Ochanzi Jukira. And then there's someone that called me and they were tricking me. After one kwenda inspection, nemubuza gwani. Nangamba one kwenda to Jukira, but gwani. Boba wana kwenda inspection. I have your number. I have all the numbers of the people that have given me a gig. So I'll have the date. That's how I even knew when that gentleman texted me. His name has the date that he booked the inspection for. That's how I remembered, oh, this gentleman had booked. Yeah, so I don't even need a book. I think I need this. Is garage coolant as good as Shell? No. Some garage coolant is actually Dagarian Sansa. Some garage coolant is Dagarian Sansa. Kabale Emmanuel, you're going to book me in December. Amina. I say it so after hearing you say you almost. I did forget, but I had the contact. But you know when you book me and we don't talk for a very long time, yeah? Sometimes it skips my mind. Sometimes it does. Like I'm used to people booking me like a week before, 3 days before. When someone books you a month before, and the contacts actually work very well for me. Yeah, it's watery because it's not good. You should, me, and I'm not paid for anything, but I buy my coolant from City Oil. It's very expensive there, but it's good. And if you're driving an older car, put the red or pink coolant. Don't put the green one. The red one over pink one is heavy duty. It works in heavy duty. It doesn't have a diesel go but which take the high cage van. Richard Aki, Kazowa. I've been on a survey. All my colleagues in events built. They only rent for business. That's jackpot. Richard Langa, hi, how are you? So guys, kamba nyumiza story mbasibule. You know, I have one problem. Katora bangambo trotu numa. Bwentuka mbulinga nzira kusimu. Ne katsigenda kudda ko nedaliki device yange ye jesima nje njitade. How did I even? Kira kawemberedde mu office walinga ankola najijeyo nenjisawa no bwentinga bwenkola wano ku laptop. So I think kisoboka okuba nga njirese mu office awo. Normally I put it here. For the people that have been on inspections with me, no, I put it here. And then I move. But I don't have it. Anyway, Kambanyumiza stories are inspections. Abiola Raha, hi. A liter is normally, I think, 25 to 35. 25 to 35. I think I normally buy 25. I even have half a liter here. When I changed the coolant pump in my car, I bought coolant. Ngamanyiwe natoke waka. Nasanga coolant yake endedde. Nyongerewo coolant. And then I found a coolant achalimu. It's not lost, Lawrence. It's not lost. It's somewhere. I've called it and it's still on. Ndabi kanjide same office. Chisoboka. That's the danger of working on two devices. So anyway, guys, so on Thursday we bought a fielder. Let me just briefly tell you that if you're going to be buying a fielder, there is a fielder trim levels. You will not find most of these in paperwork anywhere. They are the normal XS, Gs, and all those. Those are very good cars. But Bosanga Morokeyonga Bajongedeko Erotuara, Warojibaita 202 WXB. Those are trims that are a little bit higher than the normal fielder. And the WXB is normally in the newer models, yeah? But muzino models are fenkadde zetuchagula. The Erotwara is definitely better. It comes with bigger suspension. It's like the SI of the newer. Ochitegeera biranga SI yeyo. So the Erotwara comes with much better suspension. Ebera na waggulu mukko. Olumejjirako emipiira nga minenemu. Ejja n'emitonga gya njawulo. Totally different. And sometimes even the dashboard changes. Extra bebateeka wano depending. Normally zijjira nnyo mu black. They come mostly in black. Era kati ne bw'ogenda nakawe essaawa eno. Most of them are black. Waliwo bondi emu gye twagendamu ku Lwokuna nga ziriwo nga 10. Zonna Erotwara nga nga za black. The gentleman did not want a black car. So the gentleman wanted to buy a fielder. Initially, I think the reason why we took long without talking, initially he had 20 million as first payment. And I told him it would be very hard for us to find someone that has a good car that will lend us their car and I think then that's why he went quiet to buy the car that we bought. So when we went to the board, normally when we go to buy fielders, one of the things that we are looking out for is whether there is an Erotwara. We want that the high-end trim. Why? If you buy a car that is a special trim, it will be comfortable for you, but it will also be easier for you to sell that car off at the moment when you're tired. Abantu bajja tambula mu field nga 20 ng'eyo erimu emu. The seats eza field eyo gye twaguze twaguze 2. The seats are different. Even the material that they are made of is different. Nemu interior mulimu detail obukyukamu, but just the suspension alone gyejjiramu n'ogenda ku interior yayerebera yanjawulo. My God, the CHR is something else, guys. Just wait for the CHR review. It's something else. So we will normally the people that buy fielders just want fielders, and normally I will convince them to buy something that is better, not just for now, but also for the future. Nti Emoroka, we are young people. Most of you guys are between 25 and 45, so technically you're young people. There is no way you're going to drive a car for 20 years. You'll definitely be driving a car for 5 years. Atene emyaka 5 mingi kati emyaka 5 fa bavuga hybrid fa tugendo zivuga emyaka 5 10 kulwaki abantu abategera hybrid batono. Now if you're going to be driving a car like a fielder which is not a hybrid, man, so most of the guys that are driving normal cars like the fielder, mugenda kuzikwagala okuzitunda, you'll want to upgrade and people will be there to buy. However, when you're going to sell the car, it's important that you have a car that will fetch as much money back as for you. Kati ojasanga nga emoroka nga Erotwara yongeramu akasente inzo kweyongeramu million game. Ekityongeramu million because never know. Let me tell you, most of the people that bring cars from Japan, the thing that they look at most is how the car looks, both on the exterior and on the interior. You'll be surprised. I think on the same day to fielder, I bought a newer, and I'm going to tell you the newer story. So we looked on that day. I think we looked at about in that place alone. While we're in Morocco, the gentleman wanted a silver car. There were about 4 silver cars. There was only one Erotwara that was silver. Now, when we saw because they sold it to us at 36 payment, first payment 25, which is a very good payment by all standards. Wobosa swako milioni 2 mutana abantu bangi bakuola emotoka. But wobosa swako milioni 2 ku field abatono nya bakuola, and most of them are the ones that have bad cars. So we moved around. We went to the place where I've told you that has over 10 Erotwaras that are black. But also a lot of the bonds in Kampala right now are bringing 4-wheel drive fielders. I think they buy them cheaper or something, but there are so many 4-wheel drive fielders that most people now are buying 4-wheel drive fielders without even knowing. You get? So we end up having to go back to buy the silver one because it looked really nice. Like you see in the picture, and just the way you see it is how it is. It had one challenge, but he worked on it. Twachibazenga service, working on the brakes because brakes are I think I think the owner nakolamu ekintu n'agivugiramu handbrake. N'agivugiramu handbrake okuva kamba we distance ngeyo distance yokuva mu kibuga paka nga Bulenga n'avugiramu handbrake. Yakanyiza kunkubira ate moroka akantu ka brake ewuma. Vanyuma nya I thought about it, handbrake eyo wagijjemu alyoka agijjamu ku simu. So anyway, so we bought that fielder. So the people that are planning to buy fielders, even if you don't go with Arthur, try to look for the Erotuara. It's something else. The seats will definitely, they are not leather, but they have a cloth material that is really nice, very easy to clean. It looks really nice, even in interior. Irabika bulungi nnyo. Mwezo models studying new shape. So you buy jajifuna. Most of the people that have it have importing, budget because it was a higher trim, but even in 1.5 liters, it's there. So you go, I've seen it. But also, guys, buying a 4-wheel drive fielder is not a very good decision. It's not a very good choice. I know you guys are going to buy it. Like someone that invited me to drive there, and they have a 4-wheel drive Primo. Like, why buying a 4-wheel drive Primo? You get, unless you're going to drive it for 10 years. When it comes time to sell that car, you will find that people are underpricing you simply because it's a 4-wheel drive. Me, I normally buy my brakes at 100,000. 100,000, no why no man, and I know kumitwalo 10 ne makanika abaliddeko. Ne no mwaye ebiri je mitwalo 12 maso ne mabega. I rarely change the brakes at the same time. But the behind brakes should be more delicate, Lawrence, because zo zirwaho kuchuka. The rear brakes zirwaho kuchuka zikola hand brake kuchigira ne zikola ne chigere wali. So because they do a lot of work, I think they do more work than even the front ones. So you need to buy a very good quality. Hi, Council Patrick Asiku. Some of the events compare me the Super Custom and Townless in terms of service van, provided that you change the engine, Super Custom or gearbox. But the Super Custom, you're going to put the 3L. We're going to take a 3L. Sicho? Either 3L or 5L. Ne gearbox yako. Au jakumarako. Ne woboji vugira mukezeda. But why buy a car where you're going to change? Because Super Custom yoko jajigule miyo nenga 17. Kati obalogula ingi ne gearbox. Why? Just buy a Town S if it's your oludde era tulwawo fenna. So kati you buy the best quality there is. So anyway, we bought the fielder, we took it for service, and so guys, I told you that the radio I bought for the Prius refused to work. So you can buy it from me. I need to get a special edition radio for the Prius. I think there's a special one. So I have to buy a special one for this. After it's Sienna 2016 hybrid, yes, there are some hybrid versions. So, we go to do service, and as I'm concluding, I'm getting ready to go pick my kids from school. A gentleman calls me and says, Arthur, where are you? And I tell him, I am in town. What's the problem? He says, Arthur, I want you to do inspection for me. And I ask him, do you have the cars? And he says, yes, I'm here at the bond. There are many news. I just want you to come and pick out the best for me. And I say, okay, you know my inspection fee? Yes, I know, but reduce for me. And I told him, yeah, I don't reduce. 450. Do you have it? He says, yes, I'm going to get it from the bank. And I say, okay, let me come. He directs me where the bond is. I was still with the mechanic with whom we inspected the fielder. I tell him why. So we head out. As we head out, the guy calls me, Arthur, now I have a problem. The guy that is selling me the car in the bond, he's trying to sell me the car 36. However, I have 35. Should I bring the money? I told him, you just get the money. Now, guys, a Noah even at 36 is very cheap. You get it? Even at 36 is cheap. So I told him bring the money because I knew that person, whoever it was going to take 35. So I set off. He also sets off. We meet at the bond. When I met him, I tell Sokompa Kange, he counts my money, gives me, I put in my pocket. And then we head out. I will not buy a Sienna at 37. It's not a very good decision. I wouldn't buy a Sienna at 37, even if it's hybrid. That kind of thing. Okay, the Sienna is not a very good looking car. Genetically, Sienna is not a good looking car. I just imagine now the 2016 how it looks. It's going to, for the villagers, it will look okay. But in town, everyone is like, hey, hey, you get it. So I actually think there are better cars that you could buy. 37 is too high for Sienta. But anyway, you can buy it. Hybrid save fuel. Save a lot of fuel. But still, that Sienta will not do your kind of work. You know that. So anyway, we go and there are like 10 Nuas there. But all the Nuas that were in that place at least had something to work on. They all had a repair to be done. But we were still looking at the cars, and the person that was selling the Nua came and found us. And then the gentleman, when I found him, he had his car money here, 35 million shillings. And I touched. I said, "Wait, sent was quite a he had an overall. He's a plumber." So he said, "I take at Arthur. So we as we were checking some of the cars, the person that was selling, the owner of the bond, came, and I told him, Muse, this gentleman was not going to bring this money. But I told him, since you wanted 36, you'd actually take 35. So the guy says I actually asked him for 35.5. So I told him, you take the money, show us the cars that are 35. Now, there are many cars. Now, there are some that were really good, but they were not 35. They were actually 36, 36.5, 37, depending. So we had to pick from the batch that was 35 million. And the one we picked, which was, I think it's gray, it was the best. It had a very good engine, very good interior. It even had like a screen here. No errors, because some of those cars, some of the Nuas will come with a valvematic error. And I'm sure you guys have seen people having valvematic problems, yeah? So they'll have valvematic, it had a valvematic, no, it had no error. So what I mean is that people will find errors with their valvematic shortly after they buy it. So anyway, we pick the car, and remember the gentleman had already given in the money. So we picked that car. So as they took it out, and by the time I'm talking about this, and at that time it's like 4:30 p.m. So but I had to wait for this gentleman. It's not his first car, but somehow he wanted me there. And he was saying, there are guys that just have it off their bucket list. So we went, paid, and the car got out. They put a battery, and then he said, I told him what to do. So the Nua we bought had a scratch, passenger side, and we let that go because it had the best engine. Mumorokaza 35. Mumorokaza 35 zoza abaddewo nga 3 ge mazima. Batusanze zirienda na tumaze okuziraba. Guy bwe yategedde nti ono omusajja gwe yatume $3.5 ekitundu aze $3.5 na zerowing anaga mulonde mwezo. Kati mweze mumorokazi batubadde okulonda. Kati ate ngemu ina damage nene nnyo nga ate endala engine endwadde nnyo. So this had the best engine, and that's why we bought it. 35, I think, is the cheapest I've bought a Nua, like ever. So, but it doesn't have to work on the scratch that was there. Abulekawo n'agivugirayo. Okusinga okuno na senage kati yangambye agenda take my dad, and I told him munoka gikole service. So those are the 2 cars that we bought on Thursday. The second one wasn't on program. So Friday, still, the gentleman that had given me all his money inspection. I hope you did not see that. When the mechanic sat in the car, inspection. But anyway, still, we went and did the job. We went first to the bond where we saw the other fielder. And now, apparently, this gentleman wanted a white fielder. And I asked him even on phone before when he was booking, why do you want a white fielder? Why would you even want a white car? White is very hard to keep clean. Kata ene moroka. Emoroka eno naddala toyina lupiira waka. Emoroka ya white ebege nakusumbua. Bulwono gikutangange gubobo sigala mu tikati. N'okugitunda kwennyini wawe moroka ezitanyuma mu white kati. You imagine a white fielder. But after buying a Nua at 35, I'd rather go. Buying the fielder at 35, I'd rather go with the Nua. And kat Isaac, some people are not buying cars because of how big they are. of how prestigious they are. I'll give you an example. The gentleman that bought that fielder has a double cabin. Javuga. Si double cabin imbo Hilux ziri enkadde. Aina double cabin 20 nga 22 javuga. Okitegeera, right? So it's just a second car. Again, obera we waka jibevugamu ebyeswaga. So sometimes it's about what they want at that moment. I think that's one thing I'm starting to learn. Sometimes it's just about what the people that are buying want. And also the fielder is worth the 35. It's definitely worth the 35. If it's what you want. The Nua is also worth 35, but a Nua at 35 is not in very good shape. I'll be honest. As in most of them have damages. Kati je twaronze Nua yabadde ka damage akatona akali awo. Some of them ng'empagi bazigolola bugolozi. Okitegeera. So I find right now, and I saw, and that's like that's the cheapest place you can get a Nua, 35. So that's why I did a video on TikTok, I think was it yesterday, but one, when I talked about someone that was saying that Nuas are very expensive. Someone selling electronics in a shop. So because I know that the cheapest Nua in Kampala is 35, I think it abira mukwenyola. And so we go to Friday, we go to look at the fielder. We started at the place where we went, and then there was the Aero Tourer. I think it was most of the Aero Tourer was a black. There was a black Aero Tourer, and then silver fielders that are ordinary. Ordinary fielders don't look good for me, so I don't like the fielder generally. But then the ordinary fielders also look bad. We compare to the Aero Tourer. So the Aero Tourer has extras, bumper, extras, side skirts, right? Then ogatako nebyomunda bino ogatako suspension comfort. So we looked at all these fielder names. Omutima ogwange nga gwagala Aero Tourer kuba when someone is buying a car and it's theirs, sometimes you take it a little bit slow, you be chill. So we looked at banangenda basibula mangu olunaku olwaliro nsobola okukola n'ebintu ng'endi neebake. So that place did not have an Aero Tourer in a brighter color, not even gray, because the silver gray. So we go to another place, and normally when we are looking for a certain car, there are places we don't go because we know they are not there. So we go to this other place where we found that car and bought it, and in that place, they also had so many fielders. And I think there was only one Aero Tourer still. That's the silver gray. There was another place they told me about that had a white Aero Tourer, but Nyonga Vajitunda 42, which is not fair. But also we looked at 3 places, by the way. But also along the way, as we were looking at fielders, I think the gentleman kept calling some of his people, and they kept telling him white is not as friendly. So the people that are buying white cars, I think you would also pick on that. So we figured that we actually didn't. The buyer gave up on a white car, and he decided let's look at silver. But then there was no silver. There was no silver Aero Tourer. So we went. That's the place where we bought. Was the third place where we went to look at cars. Yes, and we looked at it, and then he had a brother of his come look at. The brother was also driving a fielder, and it's normally good. So when the brother came, I told him, good thing you're driving a fielder. I want you to sit in the Aero Tourer and tell me if there's a difference. And there is definitely a difference. So when the brother came, we drove back to the first site where we saw the good fielder, another good fielder, and it didn't pass. And then we went back to the Aero Tourer and bargained. And it was a very stiff bargaining thing. 36 was the price, cash. And then I think the Indian we were talking to before wasn't like the overall boss. So when we had gone to see the other car, we came back to try and bargain. We found that there was another Indian there, but a boss. So that other Indian was saying, there were 2 cars. One was an Erotuara, the other wasn't, was the ordinary one. And the guy says, I did not know this dude was talking about this one. I thought he was talking about the other one, which was the Erotuara. So this one I normally even sell 38. I think that's one thing that I appreciate about them. That, but still we bargained a little. We actually did not buy 36. We bought 35.9. We trained into 35.5. Nagana. Nase itaata netuma nawe sawa namanga tujira paka we nagambye omuguzi mga wae musajja mwe sente tuve wano. So but still the buyer bargained a little bit, guy najama emitwalo 10. Then for me, I had to pick my kids from school. I had to get ready for Chimeza Chemoroka. Friday is tough. But you can imagine my Friday is really tough. And then Saturday I'm supposed to sleep. I don't sleep. Sunday I don't sleep. So that's why I'm looking the way I'm looking. Someone said I look sad. I don't want to look sad. Feels bad even looking at someone that is sad. So but I left and the car did not have 2 speakers that were missing and the horn. And then those I did not see when I was there. The radio played. I saw 1 speaker was missing, and then that. So but the Indian worked on that. So we haven't yet done service. I hope the gentleman has done service. Banang Dasha Chichina ye Mwagara kutulumya Emmanuel anaitwa high. Picture of Noah Road Tour hybrid. Ateba chazi yite ebyo namuyimba. Julius, teba chazi yite ebyo. Road Tour yadda. You know the year is ending. That is why I'm asking a lot. What would be the fair cost of a wish with 15 first payment? They will sell it to you at 38. That's what I'm thinking. Like of all the places I've tried the lady that bought the Sienta, we considered buying a wish with our 15. Nenga bachituguza 38. Atenga yes Sienta ebikola netugula that Sienta at 30. So it felt really, really fair. Enze nasi tulebyuma. Guys, let me say bye-bye. So the guys that have not seen the cars I've talked about, you go to the post section of the channel. You'll be seeing each of the cars that I've inspected. You'll be able to read the report. And yeah, if you have any question about those cars, definitely put it down there. Don't forget, I still do pre-purchase inspection. If you're going to buy a car and you need some help making the right decision, I am your man. Yeah, I am your man. I'll come and help you make the right decision for your money. The 450,000 shillings that you're going to give me will save a lot of money. I've seen people lose money. I've seen people lose money even without knowing that they are losing money. I am telling you this. Find someone. Like I know people here that we inspected with because I know that that's a very good thing. It's better you don't go alone. Why? Because if you go alone, some of you guys have lost more than 10 million. Some of you guys have lost 5 million. Sometimes you lose in terms of the value of the car. Sometimes you lose in terms of being overpriced. And I would not wish that for any of you. After picking your kids, you come back to town. Yes, I do. That's why Friday is tough. And I do the Chimeza. And because of the Friday jam, I get home at midnight. Bomba tuka bebasi. To slumber strength, what warambuli do? No, yesterday I actually left after because my youngest son was sick. So I had to take him to the hospital before I left yesterday. Yeah, so that's how Friday is. Guys, munzikize mbasibule mulete emirimu gya inspection. Mulete emirimu gya inspection. Nabagambye nti ku Kimeza ky'emmoroka tutegeka ntebe. Some of you guys can come and be there live if you want. And we are not asking you for any entrance fee, but we are saying you need to have to come with 5,000 for tea so that you don't be there like this. The 5K for tea is by force. So guys, next Friday you can actually be there live and ask Arthur, what would be the total payment for a Subaru Forester 2014 with first payment of 27? The Forester 2017 yammeka bagigambe sente meka million 5. anti gataka million nga 3 ate first payment yo is more than 50%. Oyinza okugata million nga 2 oba 3. Depends on how much. If they said 48, manyo jaji gula 50. Baba gambye 47, manyo jaji gula 49 over 50. Baba jigambye 50, manyo jaji gula 52 over 53, like that. But we want KFC not tea. Ate ku 15 mwagala KFC katamba. Katamba tuveko. They said 48, kat you'll buy it 50 if you pay 27. You'll buy it 50. Guys, just know if you buy a car on credit, they'll top up that money. They will. And then there are some people that are really lucky, like the gentleman that bought the fielder on Thursday, the silver one. Emoroka twalibadde tujigula ku Lwokutaano n'omwami wange ono gwe twagula naye fielder ku Friday. E fielder yali woomye gwe ero tuwala mu silver yali woomye. It's rare to even find it. Iroli yagula emoroka nga nnungi ate yagula bulungi nnyo. Every now and then we have someone that buys a car very well n'ogamba n'omuntu ng'aguze bulungi ntuuso basiibula. You know the activity I'm going to do for this car? I'm going to wash it, nkute n'ekiwero, bwe mala okukuta n'ekiwero nziremu spray gunning, bwe mala I vacuum. Bwe mala vacuuming, I clean the interior with the sponge. Enemoroka njeereza engeri gyeri y'amasannyalaze nze manya amasibu gatalina kugenda. Nzekka niwe nagenda ku washing bay nalinga awo tokubayo lupiira. The spray gun, I bought it 500. Now I even have 2. I had a problem with power here, which made me get a second line. Kati nyina line ibili z'amasanyalaze ewange, so setaaga solar. Line bwegenda nga I switch, I come to this one. Eno bwegenda I switch, I go to the other one. So I had a problem here with power. The transformer in our area, NAFU, I think the population grew. So it gives us very limited power. So the first washing spray gun that I had, the jet car wash machine, nerekera okumpa pressure, and I thought it had the problem. I took it even to be fixed, yeah, and I brought it back. It worked for a couple of times and then it stopped. So I said it's again akuda mukanika. I went and bought another one. It did the same thing. Then I figured it's the power. Ne vacuum cleaner ngetuka techa sikataka bulungi enfuufu. Then I realized it was the power. Then I thought to myself, obangu ngule power backup. Then aba transformer batulimba transformer jane bajja ne basimba n'emiti. Tebijja, it's now like 2 months of basimba emiti. Transformer tejja. And then I thought to myself, I have wanted to get a power backup for a very long time. I am very well located. The 2-line thing doesn't work with everyone. I'm located, I think, in the center of the power struggle. You remember we had power struggles here na bibanyumiza with some of our neighbors. Asanyaza gamu gave eno side ge gali gayite wanga gende mbali ba neighbor. So those neighbors gara masanyaza bwe gakendera ne bayiya ne bajja ku line ndani basika. When they got power, now I am in the middle. I have power from this way, but I could also ask for power from this way, which I did. And my neighbors gave me power. So I got also that line. So now I have 2 lines. So now the other line that has enough power is line number 1. So that's how I can be able to wash. And it's very easy during the week. I just spray gun and I go. So I enjoy my washing. Today I'm not going to enjoy that much because I'm like that. Arthur, comment about Fielder old model. It's a very nice car. It has the same engine, the Spacio, new model. It has the same engine with the Alex. It has the same engine with the Corolla. It has the same engine with the Ranex. Yeah. It has the same engine that will be in the IST. Very good, and it has an automatic gearbox. Very easy to maintain. Most of them are not in good condition because the guys that bought them were traders. Lawrence Samara yo na egwe ne yagala masanyaze ateka sola genda kulaini. Power cannot go on 2 lines and spend an hour. It will be like 20 minutes. One of the lines will come back. Yeah, nga the change over chapter. Godda kugali kati me yagala. Amasanya manyi okubeera eno mukyala amasanyaze ne gagenda. Enzikize esobola okukwata. Enzikize ekwata mu kitundu n'ogamba kiki kino. Naye kati Lawrence plots this way are still available. Naye kati nawulidde bazitunda oba 14 15. Funze we nagula 10. Nagula 10 naye kati 14 15. And they are good. And they are good. Vista Adeo is a very good car. Me, I expect power in years, but I'm getting a strong solar. Isaac, some of my neighbors here had solar. Solar reaches a time, and it is tired. You just have to buy over expensive solar. I used, in the first instance, when got power, I think I used about 4 million. Niye manyi lwaki nassaamu sentes, of course tezaali zaawamu ng'oteekayo n'olinda. The reason I used that, bambalira solo w'amaanyi gwe neetaga nga million nga kitundu. Ne ngamba ne mbivaako ne ngaka nsika amasannyalaza. Can I get a usable cabin like a 30? Yes, you can. 30 million is very good budget. But then don't be picky. Government, I want Vigo. Me, I'm picky. What is the cheapest and comfortable Nua? I don't know. Cheap is subjective. What is cheap for you? What is cheap for you? How big are they? That's a 50. That's a standard plot. 50 by 100. Bobo yagara ogattako bugasinda n'ogazi wamwe. Standard plots in Uganda are 50 by 100. Yes, Lawrence, it's an estate, very organized. Like your neighbors here will challenge you. Trust me. My neighbors challenge me a lot. Of course, they challenge me to make more money, not like to build houses as good as theirs, because I don't have the same money. Like my neighbors, Bagaga. Okay, some of them are in government, so that explains it. But there's also people that are not in government, but that have a lot of money. Like one of the guys, Nabanyumiza, one of you guys here, is an engineer. You know, Basi, so one of the guys here, he's an engineer. Yazimba nyumba omukumu wolija nonchaida ko ndi kutwala ku nyumba ya Derek je yazimba. Enyumba ebere yake ekiro. Yes, Dasha Matuga. Enyumba ebere yake ekiro bagisaka amataala yonna. Ne enyumba bagizimba non stop myezi mukaga ngewedde. Abana balina sente akikaina ya 3 floors. Yali azimba nagula ba neighbor ngaba nagaziwa. Najja natandika kuzimba ne bazimba kaina yali finishing. That's the time I got Derek to come and work on my roofing as well. Kwa yali ensumbua. I'm currently using a generator now, but solar is going to cost 5. So a million etano go mumanyi. That's why I bought power. Because I have an attack to the second line was cheap. I go to abantu ababimanya wone tujida. Paka winafuna yaka wange. I should start saving for a plot than a car at least. That's why you're a woman. Save your money in bonds or something. Yeah, you want to buy a plot and then you come here and otanduko tukabira mbustachi yanyize nga nzimbe nyumbe yange. Sedo zelekezi kuwama gowa for now. Guys, kamba sibule mboze nyumira ne kamba sibule. Kati nina kusaba kintu kimulaine ina basanyaza amanje benga kweri. Bweba kweri kyenso okukola kuba mazzi. Jet machine esoke kolengo budde bukyali. Kuba bwe gavaako mbasi na kyensobola okukola. Guys, thank you very much for being here. Abampagid the weekend of the inspections. Thank you very much. I hope my service was satisfactory. I hope I did not at any one moment show you that I am tired, especially the gentleman that paid me his money a long time ago. Zona na azimpa yagenza okujja okola inspection nga ne ku simu teziriko nga ne mechanic ezze yazili adda yazimalawo. So I hope I did not at any one point feel like I'm being dragged. Yeah. And then for the person that cancelled the inspection on Saturday, one fee is just said. Nengo abantu ba inspection abali serious babiri kale babadde basatu nayo buli abadajja kunsombo okusatu. Abantu ba inspection babiri balamba. Tomorrow njabba nyumiza lwaki oli okusatu yabadajja kunsombo. I'll tell you. Nongo by'abantu babiri balamba. Of course, one of them is coming back next week. One of them just said atanja kudde obadde ayinza obutadde. And then you remember the lorry guy I told you about? He finally paid my car balance. Yasasudde car balance kange nakamalayo. Then, guys, you need to listen to me. Ebintu byemoroka ambimanyi. I know cars. Remember how I told you the lorry guy that in Kampala you'll not get a good counter? So, he only sent me my balance because he got another lead. He's not in Kampala. So he got another lead and sent me my car balance. Thank you very much. So he tells me there is another broker that has a truck in Kasangati. Now, abasajja bana batunda lole oba broker ba lole bagezi tebakulaga nti lole eri mu kabanda Kampala okitegeera. Okay, some of them ajja ku emotoka eri Kasangati kuba yebo yabaddamu ngambe lole eri kachi Kasangati. In actual sense the lorry was in Bwaise. So for me, I drove. After he sent me the money, he sent me the number of the broker. I go to see the lorry, and the lorry was in Bwaise. Now there's these traders bagula lole enkadde nasikamu nagifuwa nagikola mu yingini nagisako digital number plate. That's what happened. So we reached the kange moroka mbutufu nkadde ate obuzibu obwabaddewo nga ne moroka mbatize mumanyi okubatiza kambatandikira wencha guys. Thank you very much. Joshua Kabale, Emmanuel, Starch Events, Loris Biamukama, Wahan Norman. So I think yesterday the inspection I did was that one of that lorry. Yamugane kati gontwala munnaku endala. Lero lwe Lusemba akasente kukaweddeyo. Kati you can imagine I paid the mechanic the first day. I paid him again now. All because the person doesn't want to listen to me. Tuina genda mu bondi. Yes, Nicole Sebulime, Oloya Brian, Katamba Isaac Katende, Content Con, Chovio Alex, Richard Wanga, Peter Bakaye, Kazoba Lawrence, Richard Aki, Peter Bakaye, K. Jovan, Abiola Raha, Kanso Patrick Asiku, Serun George Mathias, Samuel Ntale, Brigitte Kakai, Derek Atohaire, Kasule Rama, Namoyimba Julius, Dasha Mchara Starch, Richard K, Emmanuel Arnaitwe, videos. Isaac, nkwagala kuchimeza tata. Story yeji yana ku-inspiring abantu. Me, I'm actually inspired. You're too strong. Ojja kujja. Rowoza, osaleo Derek Atohaire, Lemont, Joseph Barry Kudembe, Kawagama Enoch, Isaac Tomala Mumanyi, because I had my command, my parents stopped up for me the rest. Should I add digital number plate? Don't. Ogenda ochajivuga banga chi Lawrence. Olugambo lukunyumidde gendo oyoze mmotoka. Derek kituufu kangene ejoze mmotoka. I bought a 25 by 50 in Matuga ku byennyanja at 5 million. That was 6 years ago. Guys, kangende. Mukama about, I've done 50 minutes. Nade mplanize kola dakika 3. Guys, thank you very much for being here. May the good Lord bless you. Kangene ejoze mmotoka. Ciao.